advisor to get a notification that, hey, you know, because they always turn the computer and show you your access and just say, hey, if you have any questions about your future, you know, career development, go ahead and visit this site. And I think that would make a huge difference because every student has to see an advisor.
We can be sure to put that in the new student thing when we meet them.
Yes.
So I have several questions, but this is a follow-up to that. What about elevating or otherwise improving this site's visibility in search results?
You mean
So-
like a search box?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in other words, well, not just
Oh.
for that site, but in terms of making people aware of the site,
Oh,
particularly
yeah, okay.
students.
So making it search engine optimization.
Well, yeah, or you know, on the college site, we can do things where we kind of put our thumb on the scale that will bubble this up when you hit Cal's on Arizona.
Well, that would be great.
That would be great,
Right.
yes.
So if you're doing a search for advising, we make sure that this pops up.
Yes. Oh, that would
Would
be
just be
like a
That's
keyword
what
as an
fabulous.
advising. Yes, that's very true.
'Cause, I mean, the statistics I've seen indicate that most people aren't even bothering with menus anymore. They'll just hit a search box.
Personally, I just search for everything.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think if
That's
a
true.
site has a search button, I know I like it for at least a little bit because I can find everything through that.
Yeah. So and now I'm gonna kind of, now that I've got my foot in the door, I've got several questions for you. The first are your survey results and your link review, can you make that available? Could I get a copy of that?
Absolutely.
Or is that gonna be in your report?
It'll be in the report.
Okay, great, so I've already asked you for that. And regarding the drop-down menus, what is your sense of the utility of those? Because you seem to be advocating for what we might call a super menu, which is you click on that and you get everything that's on the secondary page. Whereas when we have these conversations, and we're about to have another one in about a half an hour for Cal's Maine, we typically think of those as things that we want to highlight and get people to quickly. So this is interesting to me to kind of hear from your perspectives on that, because I'm actually kind of a radical. I'm to the point where I don't want to see a drop-down menu anymore. I just prefer to route people straight to the page and then they can pick on that. But I'm curious as to how you all view that, given your experience in this project.
Matt, do they know who you
I
are?
think that
You introduced yourself. Do
Oh,
they know who you
yeah,
are?
I'm sorry. I'm Matt Harmon. I work in the CCT group at the college level. I'm the technical lead on the calsarizona.edu redesign project. This gentleman behind me is Robert Kassler. He's our functional lead. So
you're preaching to the choir. These guys really
Yeah.
can get it done.
Well,
I'll
yeah.
probably be the one doing the program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody's important is here.
So, and
These
yeah, and I actually have been assigned the academic section for editing and for what's going to be on the second tier page from Cal's Maine. So that's sort of, but at any rate, drop down tabs.
I think that either way, like it could either not have one at all, or it needs to be all of the links possible. But I don't think it really matters necessarily which one. With the drop-down menus, it minimizes the number of clicks, as we were informed was important. So you would just have to hover, and then you can get to it straight from there instead of having to click on it. And then, but with these, if it's like this with the picture buttons, I think it makes it a little bit more appealing and provides more information. So if they were to just click on current students and get to this page, it would work almost maybe more effectively because they would have more of an idea of what each link had on it.
And then I've just got one more question, and this is not to challenge you. It's actually good if your answer is not much. So how much experience do you guys have with web development and design? And keep it, this is, again, not to challenge you. I think this is a fantastic presentation. If your evaluators in the room, I think you deserve an A on this, okay? But I'm just, again, this is feedback from a professional perspective because we're trying to redesign the website and we're trying, one of our major target audiences is students, which is you guys. So, again, it's fine if your answer is not much. So,
Each of us want to go, or?
Yeah.
I personally, not much. I
Okay.
haven't redesigned the website before.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I've worked on a few websites just doing simple edits, mostly focusing on the aesthetics.
Mhm.
I'm a big visual person and stuff.
For me, I also had a separate design project with the Harry project. It's the Human Animal and Relationships group, and I was on that team. But this is the first semester that I've done any web design, so it's been a huge learning curve for
Yeah.
me. But this semester I have had some experience.
All right, so I think that's great. Just want to reiterate that. I think you guys are exactly the right sort of team to look into this. And I think your presentation is fantastic. And I think your insights are valuable.
I have a question I'd like to ask. We often have, we have the internship library where we get information on internships that are available. We have information coming in on jobs or placement, information coming in on info sessions from companies that are going to be here and so forth. What is if you had to pick a single best, social media for reaching students, and how should we coordinate that with the website to get this information out to students that are around? I'm thinking Twitter, Facebook, whatever, right? What, in your opinion, would be the most effective way to do that? To deliver those continuing coming messages without, we hate sending them out by email.
Right.
Because they just inundate people. So what would be the best, what would engage you if you said, oh, I'm interested in an internship? What would you continually look at to go back and find this information?
I think Facebook might be, if there was a Facebook that people could follow if they were interested in it, so they were only getting the information if they wanted it, whereas emails, they just delete it because if they're not interested in it, they're not going to open it. But if there was a Facebook page that was specifically for that people in CALS could follow, and internships that came in or opportunities were posted on that, and then you can go back in time and you can scroll down and see all of the ones that have been posted.
Also, outside of Facebook, I know actually LinkedIn would be a very good resource because personally I know a lot of the Land O'Lakes and Dow recruiters, and they're always posting just stuff about their internship opportunities that they have, and I'll actually forward it on to people that I know would be interested in it. And other people will come up to me saying, hey, did you see that Land O'Lakes posted an internship on LinkedIn and stuff? And so I think that would actually be a very good outlet. However, the challenge is having students create a LinkedIn, because the majority of them already have a Facebook profile, but they don't have a LinkedIn account.
Oh, so it might be possible so incoming, the freshmen would be likely to have a Facebook profile, but not LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah.
Would you suggest that we follow us on Facebook on this page?
Yes, I would definitely say that.
I definitely think, because I know a lot of websites, they have the Facebook, Twitter icons and stuff.
Like right there, yeah,
You can
exactly.
click on it and
Do a
it
candy
goes to
bar.
your thing.
The
I
candy
think that
bar,
would be
right? Where you,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Well,
That was,
I don't-
yeah, oh, go
I
ahead.
was gonna mention, I don't know who made this huge decision, but email is the official means of communication at the University of Arizona. I don't know if it's in the process of maybe changing since students delete email messages. But we do try to, we always include the link to the CAS website on the CAS Monday message newsletter. I know Dari spends a lot of time putting that newsletter together, but there aren't many clicks or student views, or the majority of the folks that actually go to the Monday message newsletter that highlights student announcements or whatnot are advisors. But the information is really for the students. So I was gonna ask the same question that Joy did, what would you recommend in trying to get this out? We're gonna definitely, we mentioned it at our freshman orientation, but we will also kind of at least show the page for the visuals, learners, instead of just telling them about it. And then my second question is, or actually my first question would be, the topics or the names of the topics on the current students'